Hello everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Season 3 of War Machines. Featured in this one is Heat B, where we will see 12 more great bots look to fight for one of 8 spots in the semifinals for this group. Co-hosting once again is Civilian Arc. How are you doing on this fine day?
Great, ready to see these 12 bots in action.
Oh yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed Heat A, and if you thought there was a ton of competition in that area, there's a ton more in this one, just to show how competitive the Robot Wars mod is. So if you haven't seen the first episode, I will remind you that this season is divided up into 2, maybe 3 parts, where we'll first see the Robot Wars class, we'll see the entire competition for it, which is currently in process right now. We'll see the BattleBots and BuggleBots class that's primarily focused on BattleBots 2020 competitors come in the updated Good Rebuttal BattleBots and BuggleBots mod. And then the third season, if it happens, third part of this season, if it happens, will be a bunch of other teams from that mod. So what you're seeing here is the updated Robot Wars mod, where I added a bunch of extra patches, other bots, and other fun stuff, including brought up some DSL IRL bots, and we will see some of them here in this episode. And so how this tournament works, there are 12 bots in every heat. They'll each get a one-on-one matchup. The winner moves on to the semifinals, which will be presented later in this part of the season. And the losing bots will move on to one of 2 redemption rumbles for one of 2 spots into the semifinals. So now let's introduce the 12 bots in this heat. And to lead it off we have Beta, one bot brought up from the DSL class up to here, and their devastating hammer. Following that, we have the Wedge of Brutus. Then we have the Flipper, a Bulldog breed, who made it quite far in both the DSL mod and the Robot Wars mod last season. Then we have Hades, a powerful Flipper who made it quite far last season and looking to make another run towards the title. Then we got Manta, another powerful Flipper, another one to watch here. Then following that, we have one of the coolest designs in the mod. We got Mantis and their Crusher. Now let's see the second half. Civilian, you got any input on that?
There's definitely some interesting designs in the first half that you showed me. You got the crazy, weird-looking Crusher of Mantis. You got 2 powerful flippers when it comes to Hades and Manta, and Bulldog breed as well. And you also have the return of one of the best DSL IRL bots in beta.
For sure. So now let's get to the second half, where we got Nuts and their Flails. They are back after going winless last season, looking to start a run towards a title, similar to what they were able to do in Robot Wars Series 10. Also returning, we have Scorpion and their deadly horizontal spinner, Steel Avenger and their axe, Tomahawk and their axe as well. Another bot brought up from the DSL-IRL mod, we have Vlad the Impaler and their lifter. Then last but not least, making their debut is the Flipper of Weird Malice. What do you think, Civilian?
There's definitely a ton of interesting names here, but it's kind of interesting because of the type of heat they're there. For example, Nuts. Nuts is a spinner killer, but there's a lot of non-spinners in this heat, so it's going to be hard for Nuts to be able to get some wins in this heat. But there's a lot of tough opponents in this half as well. You got Lad, which is also pretty good in the DSL mod. You got Steel Avenger, Malice, Tomahawk, and Scorpion, which is a pretty destructive spinner.
Yeah, for sure. So now I am definitely looking forward to this. Hopefully you are as well, both viewers and Civilian. Let's go ahead and get to our first matchup of the episode, where we will lead it off with Scorpion and Vlad the Impaler. This should be a great one to lead it off. We got 2 different designs, 2 great designs about to meet in the arena and determine who will be the first spot to claim a semifinal spot for this group. What do you got on this fight, Civilian?
It's definitely going to be just a fun fight to watch and just to see how both bots perform on their first fight of the season.
Yeah, without a doubt. This should be a good one to lead it off. Let's go ahead and get right to it. And now here we go. Both bots meeting in the middle. Vlad the Impaler getting an early lift here, right at the sides. The Scorpion takes a hit to the sides. Interesting stuff from Vlad the Impaler. Start this one off here. Great start there, but a few big hits from Scorpion.
This is a great clash of styles we're seeing right now.
Yeah, for sure. Some nasty hits from that spinner on Scorpion, but Vlad is not giving up easily, as they are definitely getting some excellent pushes, some excellent lifts here in this one. 30 seconds into this battle. Great start to this one from honestly both bots. Yeah.
Bots have got some great moments so far.
But now, could this be a game changer? We see smoke coming out of Vlad the Impaler. That's always a big sign of damage here. Scorpion starting to get to those juicy insides on Vlad. Not exactly a way to go get into this battle here, as they are taking some heavy hits and they just lost their control board, giving Scorpion the knockout. Yeah, what did you think of this fight, Civilian?
This was a great fight for Scorpion and a great fight for Vlad too. This was a great start and fight for the DSL bots.
Yeah, for sure.
At least Heat B, because Scorpion just seemed really destructive so far.
Yeah, for sure. Scorpion and Vlad, honestly, both of them each made a huge statement for themselves in this one. Scorpion just showed off that devastating spinner, just showing that what happened last season was not one bit a fluke. Vlad the Impaler showed that they could play around with the big boys. Anyway, just tossing Scorpion around for this fight, but it seems like the hits it took from Scorpion's spinner were just too much for it and caused the control board KO. So now let's go ahead and get on to the next fight, where we will see the powerful flipper of Hades take on the axe of Tomahawk. What do you got in this fight, Civilian?
It's definitely gonna come down to which bot has lower ground, because both bots have interesting weapons, but it's all gonna come down to which bot can get under first.
Yeah, Hades is probably going to be trying to go for a quick knockout in this one, because they know that if this fight goes to the judges, and Tomahawk landed a bunch of hammer shots on there, each hammer shot will count against it in terms of the judging criteria, and could give Hades a big disadvantage if that was to happen. But let's go ahead and now get to this fight. I cannot wait for it. And now, here we go here. Both bots meeting at the middle. Flip by Hades and a few hammer shots taken. A few hammer shots landed by Tomahawk here. But off comes the head of the axe! Tomahawk now starting to take some damage and tossed all the way over the rails!
That was... wow!
That was stunning here. First we see a flip that causes the head of Tomahawk's axe to go flying off. Then we see just Hades just catapulted out of the arena like that. That was awesome.
I have no words for what just happened right now. That was such a great performance by Hades.
Yeah, Hades just made a serious statement for themselves after that fight. Just took it to Tomahawk and just tossed them clean out like that. Hades will get a spot in the semifinals, where I bet they will probably get a pretty good seed in that. We will see Tomahawk again later in this episode, where they look to attempt to get a second chance back into the tournament. Anything else on this fight, Civilian?
Hades is definitely one to watch right now.
For sure. That's definitely a great way to return to the arena. Next up, we got Mantis and Nuts. Two very interesting designs. We'll clash it out here for the third spot in the semifinals for this group. What do you got in this fight, Civilian?
Definitely going to be an interesting fight for sure, because both bots have unique strategies of their own. It's going to be interesting to see how they counter each other.
Yeah, for sure. This should definitely be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to it. Let's just go ahead and begin it. Here we go. We got a battle between two of the most unique designs here. Nuts getting that flail spin up to speed, but now Mantis charging right in there with that crusher, looking to drop the crusher, maybe get into that control box or even get a wheel or something like that.
Or is he going to grab onto the chain? It looks like he could get a bite.
Yeah, very true about that. Got some nice hits from the flails on Nuts here. Are they doing potentially any damage here? I can't really tell if that's true or not. But Mantis is now pushing Nuts right into the rails. Well, Mantis does have some excellent ground game and some excellent push power here, and they are using that to their advantage in this fight. First minute and about gone here in this one. This one's been pretty interesting so far. Great battle between two very unique designs here in this competition.
It had a bite on that wheel right there.
Yeah, for sure. So 1 minute through in this fight. We haven't really seen any damage done by either of these bots, but still. Nuts landing some shots with those flails. Mantis getting some pretty good bites in onto the top and even the wheel of Nuts. And another grab right there, right onto the wheel.
Excellent bite by Mantis.
Great stuff here from Mantis. And yeah, halfway through this battle here, I think Mantis has the edge right now, but probably not by much in this one, as Nuts has definitely been holding their own here in this one, but now they are getting pushed right into the rails once again. Can Mantis grab a hold of a wheel or something like that here?
He's really close.
Yeah, it's that close, missing it by that much. But now biting into the control area on Nuts here. But now Nuts trying to get those flails going, but Mantis is just denying that. Decent hit right there from Nuts and those flails here. Less than a minute to go in this one.
Whenever Nuts tries to get out of there, Mantis just grabs it back and keeps it from getting into full speed with those flails.
Yeah, excellent box rushing here from Mantis. Nuts is just under a lot of pressure here in this one. Countdown going on both bots here, but now both bots getting pushed around here as the countdown turns off because we saw a sign of movement. Less than 20 seconds to go in this one and here. Definitely great fight this has been. What a battle between these two unique designs. But now Mantis and Nuts. Nuts appeared to be stuck, but doesn't matter because this battle is going to the judges. What a fight that was. So these fights are judged based off of a 9-point scale, where bot can give up to 3 points for damage, 2 for control, 2 for aggression, 2 for weapon usage. Check out the first episode for the definition of each of those categories. These fights are judged by Daily Dose of BattleBots, Robot Wars Fan, and Vortex Games. Be sure to check out their YouTube channels, as they all post lots of great stuff in this one. This was great fight here between these two unique designs. We saw some nice hits from Nuts flails, and we saw some great bites by Mantis. What do you got in this fight, Civilian?
Yeah, Mantis just never gave Nuts an inch. This was a very dominant performance by Mantis, and it's kind of sad to see Nuts like this. It has such an interesting design, but Mantis just kept the pressure on him for the entire 3 minutes.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Like, what a fight this was. But let's now hear what the judges had to say. The judges' votes are in, and we have a unanimous decision. The winner is Mantis. Close fight here, as the judges did give it to Mantis based off of their amazing aggression and control in that battle. But of course, though, never want to back out of Nuts, as Nuts had a great performance in this fight. We will see Mantis in the semifinals, and we will see Nuts in the Redemption Rumbles, where they hope to grab one of 2 semifinal spots into the next. Yeah, you get the idea. Anything else on this fight, Civilian, or should we get to the next battle?
I'm ready for that next battle.
Next up, we get to see the Hammer of Beta, who will be taking on the Flipper of Weird Malice. We get to see the debut of 2 great bots in this mod here. We have seen Beta before in the DSL mod, so we have seen what this bot can do. But yeah, this should be a good one. You got anything on this battle, Civilian?
I'm really excited to see Beta in this fight. It's just such a good hammer bot in a DSL IRL mod, and it's going to be fun to see how good it is in the Robot Wars mod.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Let's now check out this matchup. Here we go. Here comes a clash between these 2 bots to start this off, and Beta landing a few hits with that hammer, and right now underneath Weird Malice.
Good start by Beta.
Now Beta's got Weird Malice right into the corner, landing some more hammer shots here, and I saw something just popped off right there.
Looked like a top panel.
Yeah, top armor on Weird Malice. Now their top are very much exposed, but now they're pushing Beta right into the corner here. They have Beta flipped over right now. Beta trying to self-right, but Weird Malice keeps coming in with that flipper, tossing Beta around and stuff. Another nice flip. And I see smoke coming out of somebody. It looks like smoke coming out of Beta in this one.
Weird Malice is definitely giving Beta a run for his money right now.
Yeah, for sure. Dang. Beta currently right now in a major situation here. What can they do? They got to right themselves quick and get some more shots in with that hammer. So points are now really starting to stack up for Weird Malice in this one.
Beta's in a
shot from the
spot.
floor flipper, but that kind of helped Beta, because Beta's now self-right and right back onto the attack, landing more and more hammer shots.
Nice shots.
And now Beta flipped over, and they take a big flip from Weird Malice.
Nice job by Weird Malice using the arena hazards to its advantage.
For sure in this one. Great arena hazard usage from both bots in this one. Both to help them and hurt their opponent here. More hammer shots being landed by Beta. These are major points being stacked up for Beta, but don't count out Weird Malice in this one, as Weird Malice has landed some devastating flips in this one. We are now on the 1 minute mark in this fight. Great fight here. Beta now landing hit after hit with that hammer and pushing Weird Malice right into the corner.
Beta getting some good damage in the final stages of this fight.
But of course though, big thing you gotta question though, how much is that smoke gonna potentially cost Beta if this fight happens to go to the judges? Because they've been smoking like that for like 2.5 minutes of this fight.
Well, if Beta keeps up this aggression, they might disregard that and still give it to him.
Yeah, for sure.
Weird Malice is on the attack again.
Yeah. Weird Malice starting to come back in this one here, landing a bunch of devastating flips of their own, trying to sway it more towards Weird Malice potentially. And now less than 10 seconds to go, Weird Malice is flipped over. Can they self-right? But no, Beta's right back onto the attack, landing a few last-second hammer shots, and this battle is going to the judges. 2 judges' decisions right in a row here. and this one could be another one where I could see it going either way. What do you think, Civilian?
Well, this was a very back and forth slugfest. Vita was constantly using its hammer, and Weird Malice was constantly using its flipper. You'd say it's really dead even at this point. Both bots got some good damage, both bots were aggressive, and both bots used their weapons a lot. I think the main factor will probably be which bot scored the most damage. Will it be Vita's smoke or that top armor of Weird Malice?
I couldn't agree with that more. So this is definitely going to be a close one to call. So now the judges' votes are in, and surprisingly, we have a unanimous decision.
Wow.
The winner is Beta. And very close one here, as the judges gave both bots quite a bit of credit for lots of the action they were able to cause in this one and the show they put up here for us. An entertaining battle in this one. We will see Beta in the next round. And we will see Weird Malice later in this episode, where they will fight for redemption spot in the semifinals. So now another great matchup is in the books. Let's get to our fifth matchup, actually, where we will see Brutus and Bulldog breed. What do you got in this fight, Civilian?
This will definitely be a driving match. Both bots are pretty fast and pretty agile and have good low ground. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. Can't wait for this one. Let's get on to it. Here we go, and big flip to start this one off from Bulldog breed here in this one. But now Brutus right at the sides, at the front of Bulldog breed here to start this one. And now Brutus at the sides of Bulldog breed. This is exactly what Brutus wants to do here. What their specialty is when it comes to these fights. This is exactly how they were able to win their opening round matchup last season. Bulldog breed needs to get away and start getting some flipper action in on this one. Trying to get away, but Brutus is just denying that from happening.
Brutus is definitely controlling his fight so far. And Bulldog breed, oh no, this is a weird shot to be in.
Yeah, definitely not the spot Bulldog breed wants to be in for a bot that made it far in 2 different mods, 2 different classes from last season. And now ramming Bulldog breed into the rails. This is excellent control from Brutus. They are just taking it to Bulldog breed here in this one. But then soon Brutus is gonna have to release, give Bulldog breed some space. Countdown on Bulldog breed's going, but now they're free, and Brutus just continuing to push Bulldog breed into the corner, just not giving them a chance in this one. Halfway through in this fight, all we've really seen from Bulldog breed is that one big flip right at the beginning of this fight. We haven't really seen anything from Bulldog breed ever since.
But that was still the shot of the match, in my opinion. So they could still wait to Bulldog breed, and it's getting some flips now.
Yeah, got a big flip in right there, and some action from the floor flipper there. And now Bulldog breed having to self-right, but Brutus coming back in, and here showing lots of aggression and control here in this match. 1 minute left to go in this fight. I gotta say Brutus has the lead, but probably not by too much in this one. Bulldog breeds definitely held their own here in this fight. Another few lifts, another lift by Bulldog breed here, and pushing Brutus up against the rails in this one, just forcing them back.
Brutus has done really well, but Bulldog breed mounting a bit of a comeback right now.
Yeah, for sure. Less than 30 seconds to go. Bulldog breed has Brutus pinned right now in the corner. Soon, Bulldog breed's gonna have to release Brutus here in this one, and they do so here. Right back onto the attack and pushing Brutus right back into the corner. 10 seconds left to go in this fight. What a close battle this has been, but it is now going to the judges. 3 fights in a row that have gone to the judges, 3 very close matches. I gotta hear your thoughts on it, Civilian.
Well, Brutus had the first half of the match in the bag. It was all just that one flip from Bulldog Breed, but once the minute mark hit, it was all Bulldog Breed shoving Brutus into corners and getting good, decent lifts on him. So I honestly have no idea where this is going to go.
Yeah, very much a very close fight. Like 2 minutes of this was controlled by Brutus, but then Bulldog Breed had the remaining minutes of that and probably had the bigger moments between the two bots. Either way though, this will be a very close judge's decision. I have no idea which direction this is going to go. So now, let's find out what the judges had to say. The judges' votes are in, and we have a split decision. Judge Daily Dose of BattleBots scored this battle in favor of Bulldog Breed. Judge Vortex scored this battle in favor of Brutus. And Judge Robot Wars Fan scored this battle in favor of the winner, Brutus. Close battle here. Can't believe we're going to have to see Bulldog Breed in the Redemption Rumbles after they did so well last season. What do you think, Civilian, as I heard that groan in the background?
Well, I was kind of just more shocked than anything, just because of how close it was.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You can make a case for why Bulldog should have won that. I do feel like Bulldog did have bigger moments, but I can see why they went for Brutus. It's so crazy to see such a big name in the mod of Robot Wars and DSL to go down like that.
Yeah, definitely. But now, so we'll see Brutus in the semifinals, where they'll be one of the 8 semifinalists. We'll see Bulldog Breed fight for redemption in one of the 2 Redemption Rumbles. And now, last but not least, we have our 6th matchup of this. We have Manta versus Steel Avenger. An interesting matchup here. So, what do you got on this one, Civilian?
So, it's gonna be real interesting to see how Steel Avenger does this, because Steel Avenger doesn't really have any low ground in this. So, it's gonna come down to Steel Avenger's just hammer power.
Yeah, for sure. I cannot wait for this. We got 2 great returners. A powerful flipper versus a powerful hammer here in this one. Let's go ahead and find out who will be the 6th semifinalist in this group. Here we go. Here is Manta and Steel Avenger charging, and Manta lands an early flip in this one, and Steel Avenger has to self-right, which they can through the Shremek they've got. Few extra flips, and taking a big hit from the floor flipper is Manta in this one.
I just flipped by Manta again.
Yeah, for sure. Some big action from Manta here to start this one. But gotta be careful though. Oh, Steel Avenger has been able to land some nice axe shots here. Like right now.
So what I was talking about, the hammer power of Steel Avenger could give them the edge in this fight.
Yeah, for sure. Now another flip, and Manta has Steel Avenger pinned right into the corner there.
Manta has to be careful though. It's dangerously close to being control boarded.
For sure. But it looks like something came off right there. Looks like the outer shell on Steel Avenger just popped off there. Some big time damage here that could leave Steel Avenger exposed. It looks like they're also close to being control boarded. But now here comes a few hammer hits. Steel Avenger starting to land some more shots. And they're in. Off comes something major! Oh! And now more hammer shots being landed here. What do you think of that, Civilian? Oh
Oh
no!
my god!
What's going on here? Another major chunk just came off.
Yo, Avenger is one of the most chaotic fights ever.
Holy crap, what's going on here? Now Manta's in control board danger.
This is insanity.
What a fight this is. What is happening to Manta? Manta, who's a big name after last season, is now being reduced, taking severe damage, now continuing to get pulverized by Steel Avenger.
Wow.
Manta just trying to do something, but unable to really do much in this one. About to be control board KO'd, it looked like. But right now, just, yeah, big time stuff in this one. And just what can Manta do? They're just continuing to just get pulverized in this one.
It did get a good shove there, but without that flipper, it just can't get the edge at once.
But now look at this. Both bots are stuck, but Manta is the one being counted out here. Who is going to be counted out first? So this one is going to go to Steel Avenger by a knockout in a decision that shocked me here. Gosh, that was such a good fight. A good chaotic fight. So what do you think about this fight, Civilian?
That was one of the craziest, most destructive fights in all of War Machines. That was just... I did not see that coming whatsoever.
Yeah, neither did I. Like, we saw Bulldog Breed who has to fight in the Redemption Rumble. Now we are seeing Manta who's gonna have to fight in the Redemption Rumbles too. Like, we got lots of big names here in this heat who are looking to go all the way towards a title. So yeah, so now that those 6 spots have been determined, let's now get to the Redemption Rumbles for this heat, where we will lead it off with a great one, where we will have Vlad the Impaler, Tomahawk, and Nuts clash it out. First off, we got Nuts, who came down to the wire with Mantis here in this one and lost in a reasonably close judge's decision. Then we got Tomahawk, who got flung out of the arena early in their matchup with Hades there. And then last but not least, we got Vlad the Impaler, who provided a good showing, but that wasn't enough when they fought Scorpion. What are your thoughts on this fight, Civilian?
Definitely have my eyes on Vlad the Impaler right now. Want to see if it's able to handle the durability of Tomahawk's hammer as well as Nuts' flails. If it does, I feel like it has a reasonably decent chance of winning this.
Yeah, for sure. This should definitely be an interesting fight. Let's go ahead and get to this battle and determine who will get the first redemption spot into the semifinals for this heat. Here we go. Both bots eyeing each other out in this one. Let's see, Tomahawk going after Nuts, but took a few flail spinner shots. Vlad the Impaler getting in on the fun in this one and taking some hammer shots to the top. And a few more shots to the sides from Nuts and their flail spinner right there. Great stuff to start this one.
All 3 bots getting some good moments in this fight so far.
Yeah, for sure. More axe shots being taken and landed right on Vlad the Impaler here. Great start here to Vlad the Impaler and even Tomahawk too. I should just say, we're just seeing some great action out of all 3 of these bots so far. All 3 bots that badly want a spot in the semifinals for this group. None of them are really backing out in this one.
All 3 bots getting their own unique moments in this fight.
Yeah, Vlad the Impaler getting a ton of lifts, but there's a big piece of damage right there, knocking the top of Vlad the Impaler clean off its Tomahawk, but Tomahawk is right now pinned in the corner here. Nuts getting in on that, getting those flails up to full speed. Civilian, this kind of represents Hypershock, Bite Force, and Captain Shredderator from or BattleBots and BuggleBots Fantasy League tournament here. As we
Yeah.
got, as kind of like Vlad the Impaler as Hypershock, just pulverizing Bite Force, who is Tomahawk in this one, while Nuts, who is Captain Shredderator, is just following behind, trying to get in on the fun and stuff.
Vlad's in a harder position than Black Dragon was when it had to fight Whiplash.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, here we go. Now Tomahawk looking to land a few shots on Nuts, but Nuts just defending themselves pretty well from Tomahawk's axe with those flails. We got some stuff coming in from the spikes. Now we got smoke coming out of Tomahawk, caused by the arena hazards, I think, and stuff. More smoke coming out of Tomahawk. Tomahawk clearly taking some damage in this one. Look at the control board area here.
Tomahawk is in deep trouble right now.
30 seconds to go in this one. Can Tomahawk hold on for another 30 seconds more? Nuts takes a nice lift here. Another few more shots. But look at Vlad's forks. I think they appear to be stuck, and there's a bunch of smoke coming out of Vlad the Impaler here. Big damage being taken by Vlad and Nuts, and Tomahawk here in this one.
Seems like one of Tomahawk's hammer shots disabled Vlad's forks.
Yeah, for sure. And this fight is going to the judges, and this is going to be a close one.
I do not envy the judges one bit for this fight. This is a very tough decision to call.
Yeah, we saw tons of great lifts from Vlad the Impaler, tons of devastating shots by Tomahawk. Nuts got in on the fun with those flails and got some nice stuff. And yeah, as for what we've seen in that one, Vlad the Impaler and Tomahawk each got pretty badly beaten up in this fight. Vlad got their forks stuck, their top ripped off, smoke was pouring out of them, and their sides were quite badly dented. Tomahawk had their sides badly dented and also had smoke erupting out of their bots. Compared to Nuts, where they seem to be free or close to free of damage, which could be something that could favor them in terms of this judge's decision here. But in terms of the other categories, it was relatively even between these three bots. What do you think, Civilian?
This is definitely gonna come down to who won the damage category, because I feel like all three bots had deserve a point in all four categories really, but I feel like damage is going to be the one to come down to. Which one got more damage? Did Vlad losing its forks basically the losing factor, or should Tomahawk almost getting control board be the main factor?
Yeah, for sure. Either way, this should be a really close judge's decision, and let's now see what they had to say. The judges' votes are in, and it was unanimous. The winner is Tomahawk. Close judge's decision here. We saw lots of big action from all three of these bots here. This was such a great fight. It's sad to see Nuts and Vlad the Impaler, who are now out of the competition. We will see Tomahawk again in the semifinals, where they will take on one of the winners from earlier in this episode. But now we have one more Redemption Rumble. But what do you think about that, Civilian?
Yeah, they definitely made the right call in my opinion. That was just a crazy fight all in all. It's sad that we can't give both Nuts and Vlad a semifinal spot also, because they both definitely deserve it.
Yeah, for sure. So now we have one more redemption spot, and we have two bots whom I wasn't expecting to see in this redemption area when I saw who was going to be in this heat. We'll have Bulldog Breed and Manta, and joining them in this rumble is Weird Malice. We get a flipper rumble here. Bulldog Breed, Bulldog Breed and Weird Malice both lost in very close judges' decisions to their opponent. And then we saw Manta take a ton of damage against Steel Avenger here that costed them in that battle. But yeah, what do you think about this fight, Civilian?
All I can say is this fight will be probably ultimately chaotic, and I just don't know who will win this because all three bots had great moments in it, and you could make a case for why Weird Malice and Bulldog Breed could have won their previous fights.
For sure. This should be a great one to end the night. Let's go ahead and get right to it. And now here we go. Let the flipper rumble begin. Manta lands an early flip right on Bulldog Breed. And another flip on Weird Malice, but now Bulldog Breed wants revenge for that first flip and flipping Manta around here. We see Weird Malice currently on its side right now, trying to self-right in this one. But
vibing.
Yeah, just vibing. Countdown was turned off on Weird Malice as it was able to show enough movement. Now they're back in this one. And now Weird Malice back and getting flipped by Bulldog Breed in this one.
Now both Manta and Bulldog have showed some great moments so far. And Weird Malice can get some flips and they can show some good moments too.
Agreed. Because now here comes
like this.
Weird Malice here attacking Manta with their flipper. But now Bulldog Breed saying they want to get in on the fun in this one. Close battle to start this one. We see some action from all three bots in this one. In my opinion, I'd probably say Bulldog Breed has the lead so far, but probably not by too much in this one.
So, and either of the other bots can get some consolation that they can definitely be up on the scorecard right now.
Yeah, we could very easily see a turn in the tables on this one. Saw a big shot from a floor flipper there. Bulldog Breed flipped over. Weird Malice, I can't tell. They might be stuck there against the rails.
Oh no.
Hard to tell here. Weird Malice doesn't appear to be freeing themselves, but now they slid right off. And the pit of Oblivion is now open here. Weird Malice pushed the button for that one. Now a big flip from Manta, and Weird Malice falls down the pit. And now Bulldog Breed, it's now tossed out of the arena in this one.
Wow.
That was a big 10 seconds of action in that one. We saw Weird Malice open up the pit and then get flung all the way down it by Manta. And then in seconds following that, Manta gets Bulldog Breed into the position and chucks them out of the arena and will claim a semi-final spot in this one. So yeah, another great fight, another well-deserved semi-finalist. What do you got in this fight, Civilian?
This is the biggest comeback story of this entire heat. Just Manta just got destroyed by Steel Avenger and was kind of losing the fight to Bulldog Breed. Comes back from it, pits Malice and Uda's Bulldog. That was an amazing comeback for Manta.
For sure. Another great one, a great battle to end the night here. So yeah, anything else on this heat before we close out this video?
That was an insane fight, and in all honesty, I have no idea who's gonna win this.
Yeah, for sure. Like the last heat, there's a lot of major competition in this one. So yeah, thank you for checking out this episode. Be sure to check in for Heat C, where we will see the return of a few more amazing machines and the debut of one bad machine in whom will be one to watch for the title. All will be revealed in terms of the next episode, and I will hopefully see you then.